The Legacy CD-ROM will inspire masters and newcomers alike. General Choi adds, along with your Dojang training, you will be able to master the techniques of Taekwondo scientifically and easily. The 4-CD set contains every page of the digitally reproduced 16-volume encyclopedia, a fascinating interview with the general, including pictures from his personal photo albums, a 200-word interpreter of Korean words and phrases most commonly used throughout your Taekwondo training, all 24 Taekwondo patterns, filmed with 10 black belts from around the world, from 4 different camera angles, under the direct supervision of General Choi and his son, Master Choi. This award-winning limited edition set is available through your club or direct from Comdo. A must-have for any serious international Taekwondo practitioner. Order yours today. Taekwondo is more than a martial art. It's an extension of the man who started it all, General Choi Hong Hi. Taekwondo is the culmination of his experiences that have shaped his life and our world. The purpose of this video series is to provide the students of Taekwondo a training tool, enhancing their Dojang experience. With these videos and a qualified instructor, the student will advance quickly and easily through the techniques of Taekwondo. The tenets of Taekwondo: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Student oath. I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect my instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Students, never tire of learning. A good student can learn anywhere, anytime. This is the secret of knowledge. A good student must be willing to sacrifice for his art and instructor. Many students feel that their training is a commodity bought with monthly dues and are unwilling to take part in demonstrations, teaching, and working around the Dojang. An instructor can afford to lose this type of student. Always set a good example for lower-ranking students. It is only natural that they will attempt to emulate senior students. Always be loyal and never criticize the instructor, Taekwondo, or the teaching method. If an instructor teaches a technique, practice it and attempt to utilize it. Remember that a student's conduct outside the Dojang reflects on the art and instructor. If a student adopts a technique from another dojang and the instructor disapproves of it, the student must discard it immediately or train at the gym where the technique was learned. Never be disrespectful to the instructor. Though a student is allowed to disagree with the instructor, the student must first follow the instruction and then discuss the matter later. A student must always be eager to learn and ask questions. Never betray the instructor. Instructors. Never tire of teaching. A good instructor can teach anywhere, anytime, and always be ready to answer questions. An instructor should be eager for his students to surpass him. It is the ultimate compliment for an instructor. A student should never be held back. If the instructor realizes his student has developed beyond his teaching capabilities, the student should be sent to a higher-ranking instructor. An instructor must always set a good example for his students and never attempt to defraud them. The development of students should take precedence over commercialism. Once an instructor becomes concerned with materialism, he will lose the respect of his students. Instructors should teach scientifically and theoretically to save time and energy. Instructors should help students develop good contacts outside the dojang. It's an instructor's responsibility to develop students outside as well as inside the dojang. Students should be encouraged to visit other dojangs and study other techniques. Students who are forbidden to visit other dojangs are likely to become rebellious. There are two advantages for allowing the students to visit other gyms. Not only is there the possibility that a student may observe a technique that is ideally suited for him, but he may also have a chance to learn by comparing his techniques to inferior techniques. All students should be treated equally. There should be no favorites. Students should always be scolded in private, never in front of the class. If the instructor is not able to answer a student's question, he should not fabricate an answer, but admit he does not know and attempt to find the answer as soon as possible. All too often, a lower degree black belt will dispense illogical answers to his students merely because he is afraid of losing face because he does not know the answer. An instructor should not seek any favors, such as cleaning the studio, doing repair works, etc., from his students. An instructor should not exploit his students. The only purpose of an instructor is to produce both technically and mentally excellent students. Always be honest with the students and never break a trust. Training secrets of Taekwondo. To study the theory of power thoroughly. To understand the purpose and motion of each movement clearly. To bring the movement of eyes, hands, feet, and breath into a single coordinated action. To choose the appropriate attacking tool for each vital spot. To become familiar with the correct angle and distance for attack and defense. Keep both the arms and legs bent slightly while the movement is in motion. All movements must begin with a backward motion, with very few exceptions. However, once the movement is in motion, it should not be stopped before reaching the target. To create a sine wave during the movements by utilizing the knee spring properly. To exhale briefly at the moment of each blow, except a connecting motion. The theory of power. Reaction force. Concentration. Equilibrium. Breath control. Speed. Mass. Korean words.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 차렷. 경례. 서기. 걷는 서기. 니은자 서기. 쉬어. 그만. 시작. 구령 없이 구령에 맞춰. 해산. 도복. 홍. 청. 주의. 승. 해쳐. 계속. 실격. 맞서기. 틀. 제자. 사범님. 사현님. 사성님. 예의. 염치. 인내. 극기. 백절불굴.
Meaning of belt colors. Yellow signifies the seed on the earth from which a plant sprouts and takes root as the Taekwondo foundation is being laid. Stances. The foot bearing the most weight will identify the stance as left or right. When the weight is equal or 50-50, the foot further ahead of the other foot will identify the stance as left or right. With the X stance, the balanced foot is placed in front when stepping and behind when jumping. Individual techniques for Dangoon. Individual moves, Dangoon. the interpretations of patterns. Dangun is named after the holy Dangun, the legendary founder of Korea, in the year of 2333 BC. Pattern Dangun. Front view. Back view. Left view. Right view. Individual techniques for Dosan. Individual moves, Dosan. interpretations of patterns. Do-san is the pseudonym of the patriot An Chang-ho. The 24 movements represent his entire life, which he devoted to furthering the education of Korea and its independence movement. Pattern Do-san. Front view. Back view. Left view. Right view. Tips from the general.
Look, parallel, not this. Doesn't work. He did okay. Look, this is position. Half facing, converting in full facing. Using both hands. Now going up. Okay, that's the procedure. Oh, oh, 1, 2. Okay, you remember. Eh? But never twist your body. No. 1, 2. Never twist full facing. All keep your full facing. Never twist.
One step. One step long distance. One step close distance. Brakes.
As we know well, we live in a complicated society. First of all, it is difficult to raise children. Children do not listen to their parents. There is nothing more painful than this to parents. However, at a Taekwondo dojang, we, along with the society and parents, place emphasis on children obeying their parents. Therefore, when children return home, most of them listen to their master and surely respect their parents. That is the reason why many parents bring their children to a dojang. Parents have noticed their children behaving better after they have been in a dojang. So they went to the dojang to find out what was going on. Parents observed that teachers were really teaching children to obey their parents. For that reason, the number of children going to a dojang is gradually increasing. So if a teacher can cultivate a child's mind through changing them one by one, rather than teaching 5 or 6 techniques, it will build a wonderful society and produce many useful members of society.
여하튼 고맙습니다. 그리고 이번 기회를 통해서 알바타 이름은 확실히 전 세계에 더 폐지라고 생각합니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for this fine reception. And through this occasion, I have no doubt that not only Banff, but all Alberta will be much more well known throughout the world.
Thank you. merci beaucoup. 고맙습니다.
Taekwondo started single-handedly by General Choi. With his knowledge in the martial arts, without any help, with his single fist, he has molded what has now become to be known as Taekwondo, with 40 million practitioners under our organization. So Taekwondo has come a long way. And of course, we'd like to see what that fist looks like.
This way,